this week at Twisted Aw's Motorcycle Museum with Jerry Ottaway, Larry, and Karen Moore from Wichita, well-known cycle builders. Jerry, what do we have today?
We've got a 1907 Indian single. It develops 2.5 horsepower, top speed probably 35. In 2008, we took this bike in a 1908 Reading Standard to the Barber Museum and run it down there in their big race. They had to be 100-year-old before you could run in the race. And they have a concourse racetrack and all this, and it was really an experience. A friend of mine was riding this one, and we didn't have much luck. Somebody had reproduced the little caps that go on top of the carburetor, the needle, and he put that in there and screwed the cap down, and then that shut the gas off. So he didn't go very far when the gas got shut off. But a friend of mine named Glenn Wigglesworth in Kansas City, he now lives back east, found this in Kansas City back in the probably early 60s. And he called me up and wanted to know if I was interested in buying it, so we went up and bought it. It's always been a good runner. The gas tank had the wrong saddle tank on it, and so we got a hold of a guy in Canada, and he specialized in the early Indians, and he had the tank on a shelf, waiting for somebody to buy it. But anyway, it's always been a good bike. When we was playing with this years ago, you could not buy tires for the rims that was on the, so we laced up bicycle rims and bicycle tires put on it, so we could run in that race at Barber's in Birmingham, Alabama. But I remember Dale Waxler was in the race, and I was on my '08 Reading Standard, and we got within about 50 foot of the finish line, and I passed him. And so I asked Dale afterwards, I said, did you read my lips when I went by you? And he said, no. And I said, well, I said, I'm sorry. And as I passed him, I got second place, though. Bruce Lindsay, he'd been in on the ride several times down there, and they had their gearing worked out and everything. Bruce got first place, and I was second. But I always like to rub that in to Dale whenever I see him. He owns the Wheels Through Time Museum. Yeah, you've been there. Yeah. So he's a good guy. But that's about.
Yeah, I'm always amazed at the mechanical linkage. When did they go from mechanical linkage to cable operated? How long did they run?
I think the Power Plus in 1916 went to cable. The 15 was just like this. And you can't imagine what it cost to do that. Of course, it's cheap labor then, but all those little universal joints, the universal joints in here, and Harley went to the, we'll call it the Bowden housing, the cable, from day one. And that was the best, the cheapest, and there's several variations. I got a 1909 Yale that's got a cam here, and it works a lever. As you twist it, it goes up and down, and it's all, there's several variations. The Reading Standard's got a little gearbox here, and it goes from here straight and then cuts down.
I always get a lot of inspiration from the way the mechanical stuff was in the early motorcycles, and you can adapt a lot of that to one-off custom bikes now, and come up with a unique look that's 100 years old, 100 plus years old.
Well, there isn't any new ideas,
Yeah, two wheels.
We've got a 1913 Flying Merkel, and it's got the monoshock swing arm, just like they think is new today, with the dirt bikes, the big old shock under the seat, and everything has been thought of.
Well, guys, thank you very much for coming over. Larry came over to give me some ideas on another bike that we're building today, and Jerry, thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to add, Jerry?
No, that's about it on this one.
All right, we'll see
So-
you all next weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Karen, Larry,
Bye.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.